The IT guy installing my router said, "Someone's been accessing your cameras for months. Don't react." My internet was unstable. For 3 weeks, it had been my mortal enemy. I'm a graphic designer. I work from home. My entire life, my office, my social life, my income, is contained in these 800 square feet, and my internet was failing me. It wasn't just slow. It was malicious. It would wait until I was in the middle of a critical Zoom call, sharing my screen with a new client, and then it would die. The screen would freeze. The audio would drop. The little red icon would pop up. Your internet connection is unstable. It happened at 10:15 a.m. this morning. I was presenting the new logo comps for a $20,000 rebranding project. My screen froze on a half-loaded image. I was kicked from the call. I had to dial back in from my cell phone, my voice shaky, apologizing. My router must be overheating. I'm so sorry, it was humiliating. It was unprofessional. That was the last straw. I called Spectrum. I didn't bother with tech support. I went straight to sales. I told them I didn't care what it cost. I told them I needed 1 gig fiber and I needed it today. They charged me a $75 installation fee and booked a tech for a 2-hour window, between 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. He arrived at 12:17 p.m. I checked the peephole. Blue polo shirt, Spectrum logo, a laminated ID badge that read Devin. He looked young, maybe 25. He was all business. No friendly small talk. He just held up his tablet. "Thea? Here for the 1 gig install." I liked that. I hated small talk. "In here," I said, pointing to my office nook. My old router, a Netgear Nighthawk I'd had for 6 years, was blinking pathetically on the desk. He just nodded. He put on the little blue paper booties over his boots and got to work. I went to the kitchen to make coffee, to give him space. He was supposed to be in and out in 30 minutes. Minutes passed. I heard him on the phone, a low murmur. "Yeah, activating the new modem. Serial number 44B7. 45 minutes passed. An hour. It was almost 1:30 p.m. The silence from the living room was weird. It wasn't the sound of work. It was the sound of thinking. I heard a faint tap. Tap, tap, pause, tap. He was typing, but it was slow, deliberate, investigating. This wasn't a normal install. I walked over to the doorway. "Everything okay?" He didn't look up. This was the first weird thing. He had his diagnostic tablet, but it was plugged directly into my laptop, my personal MacBook Pro. He was scrolling through a log file, just lines and lines of black and green code. He mumbled something about running a security scan. He said he didn't want any of my old unsecured settings to compromise the new gateway. It sounded plausible, but he wasn't looking at the new modem. He was holding my old router, the 6-year-old Netgear. He turned it over in his hands. He looked at the serial number, then at the ports. Then he finally looked up, but not at me. His eyes moved, slowly. He scanned my apartment. First, his eyes went to my laptop, specifically to the little green light next to the camera. It was off, but he stared at it. Second, to my smart TV on the wall. The screen was black. Third, to the little white ring camera I had on the bookshelf, pointed at my front door. His eyes were mapping my home. "You live alone, ma'am?" he asked. His voice was flat. My stomach tightened. That question. The one every woman who lives alone hates. I felt my face harden. Click here for full story.